Perfecto, pues hola a todos, buenas tardes, espero estén todos muy, muy bien. Mi nombre es Carla Plasencia y en nombre de Student World les doy la bienvenida a esta live session Aprende inglés en el corazón de Estados Unidos con Georgetown University. La live session va a ser en inglés la mayor parte del tiempo, pero disfruten mucho esta live session, pongan mucha atención, está increíble. Entonces, pues bueno, les voy a presentar a nuestros presenters del día de hoy. Ellos son Regan, Stephanie, Marcel y Cristina. Hi guys, welcome. Thank you very much for being here with us today.
Muchas gracias, Carla. Me llamo Marcel Bolintiam, soy director del Centro de Idioma Inglés a Georgetown. Mi español no es muy bien, entonces yo hablo en inglés más lento. Okay, everybody, welcome to our webinar here at Georgetown University. My name is Marcel Bolintiam, and I'm the director of the English Language Center. My Spanish is not perfect, and we want to share with you as much information as possible. So we will speak in English slowly so that you can understand us, and we'll do our best to answer your questions. I will let my colleagues introduce themselves now. We're going to do that in a minute. Okay, welcome to our presentation. All of us are here at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. We are the English Language Center, and today is Tuesday, January 11th. Thank you all for joining us today. So our first question for all of you is, where are you from? I saw one individual in the chat box say, greetings from Venezuela. So thank you very much. But where are you all from? Peru. Muy bien, wow. All right, I love it. Honduras, Peru, Colombia, Bolivia, Ecuador. Todo país de Sudamérica. Wow, this is fantastic. Guys, I'm so happy that you have joined us today. We're very excited that all of you in South America have joined this webinar to learn more about our program in Washington. Guys, if you're not looking at the chat box, please do so. I think we've got just about every country represented in South and Central America, including Nicaragua, Honduras, Venezuela, Peru, Colombia, Mexico. I think that's El Salvador. Excellent. Well, like I said, everybody, my name is Marcel Bolintiam, and I'm the director of the English Language Center at Georgetown University in Washington, D.C. Today, we have a very exciting presentation for you, and so we're looking forward to interacting with all of you through a variety of different questions that we have. We're going to spend some time talking a little bit about our program for the year 2022, which we have all started. Feliz Año Nuevo a todos. So Happy New Year to everyone. And we are so excited to be able to share with you what we have on offer for this year. We'll also share with you some very important information about how to apply to our programs. And then, of course, Georgetown University provides visa support to students studying full-time on an F1 visa, and we will take some time to share that information from you as well. So before we get started, I would like to ask my colleagues to introduce themselves. So starting from left to right, Christina.
Hi there, my name is Christina and I'm our program director for the English Language Center here at Georgetown. I, along with my colleague Regan, will be your point of contact when applying to all of our programs. I will be speaking with you later on how to apply to our programs, as well as the immigration process once you've been admitted to the programs. And thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you, Christina.
Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Gallup. I'm the Associate Director for the Intensive English Program at Georgetown ELC. In the presentation today, I'll be sharing all of the information about the different programs, about classes, about life in the classroom, and I look forward to answering your questions about classes at Georgetown.
Thank you, Ms. Gallup.
Hola, me llamo Regan Carver. My name is Regan Carver. I'm a program manager, and I work closely with Christina Koenig on student recruiting and any questions you have about our programs, as well as helping Christina with some of the admissions work for the department. And I look forward to all of you coming from around Latin America to study with us.
Okay. All right. We're getting a couple of comments in the chat box that people are not able to hear. Just want to make sure that we are solidly connected before we continue. We're all good? Okay. All right. So our next question, because I think many of you did hear the question about where are you from. Our next question for you is, have you visited or studied in the United States before? So if you've traveled to the US with family or studied abroad, please let us know. Okay. Well, that's okay, because you know what? This is a great opportunity to come to the United States to improve your English language. We live in very challenging times right now. And when we look back on this period and people says, what did you do during the pandemic? Or what did you do in order to improve your skills? You can say, I took an opportunity to travel to the United States to improve my English so that I can improve my job, can improve my opportunities to go to university, or I just want to connect with individuals from around the world, and we certainly provide that opportunity for you. And our last question for you all, how many years have you been using English? So if you think back about the first time you first started to learn English, how long ago was that? And are you still using it? All right, well, over 50% of you have stated that you have been using English for 7 or more years. So that is fantastic. Another 21% have been using it for 3 to 6 years, and just under 30%, 0 to 2 years. And folks, that pretty much represents the type of students that we have in our program. We have students that have used English for a very long time. We have some students that are just starting, and that's perfectly fine, because we all have to start somewhere. And there are students that have used English or studied English for just a few years. Here at Georgetown, we're ready to meet you where you are, and I guarantee you we have a class for you. So let's go ahead and get started. For those of you who don't know, Georgetown University is the oldest Catholic and Jesuit university in the United States, founded back in 1789. The English language history is over 60 years old, and then we have been promoting academic excellence in teaching and learning that's guided by our Jesuit commitment to diversity and tolerance and respect for each individual. In line with our Jesuit values, we meet students where they are. So like I've mentioned to you before, it's very important for us that we get to know you as a student. We get to know you in terms of your English language goals, and it is important that our staff and faculty are able to work with you in order to help you achieve your English language goals that align with our mission. As you can see on this slide here, this is a group of students that studied at Georgetown University's English Language Center, and they had an evening tour looking at our monuments and, of course, the famous White House. This is one of the first things we do for our students when they come to DC, is to give them the twilight tour of the city. They can see how beautiful this city is in the evening time, and gives them an introduction to all the amazing sites, museums, and other monuments that they can visit during their time here. Washington, D.C. is home to most of the country's historic landmarks and major government institutions. So we are the capital city of the United States of America. And to that end, our city represents the history, the struggles, the diversity, and all of the different trials and tribulations that have gone in our country over the last 200, 300 years. They're all represented here in this fantastic city, a place where you can study and learn all about American life and culture, our history, and of course, doing so within the confines of the Georgetown University. For many of you who don't know, Washington, D.C. is a planned city. It is a city that was designed by Pierre de l'Enfant, who was a master planner from Paris, France. And to that end, D.C. has an elegance about it that represents the lifestyle and the vibe, if you will, of many European cities. We have many outdoor restaurants and cafes, markets, farmers markets, and we're a very walkable city. In fact, our location at DC, in DC, has a 100% walking score, which means that it's easily accessible to all the major conveniences of the city, including metro, restaurants, supermarkets, galleries, and cafes. Surprising to me, actually, although I've lived in DC for many years and taken advantage, we were recently ranked #1 in the United States for its city parks. I invite all of you to take advantage of the amazing nature and landscape that we have in this city. Here is a picture of Rock Creek Parkway, which runs and dissects our city from north to south, and is just an incredible opportunity to jump on your bike or just take an afternoon walk after class or in the weekends, and to explore the nature of our city. We are ideally located where we experience 4 seasons. So what that means right now is that, right, we are in the middle of winter. We do get snow. In the springtime, we have beautiful cherry blossoms. In the summer, it's warm, and we go to the beach and we swim in the lakes, and then we hit it all again in the fall with the beautiful colors of the leaves changing. So, just giving you a little introduction to Washington, D.C. Again, a little introduction. This is a vibrant cosmopolitan city, so there's so much more for you to see here. But our last question for you is, what are your goals for studying English? Are you interested in pursuing a university degree? Are you seeking to improve your English for professional or job-related reasons? You want to get a promotion in your job, or maybe you work in business and you talk to clients who speak English. Or, like many of us do, we want to just improve our situation and our experience in life, and we want to study English for personal reasons. So over 50% of you are looking to improve English for professional and job-related reasons. And Ms. Gallup will soon talk to you about our intensive professional English program, which is designed to do that in the nation's capital. Georgetown University's English language program has a very strong history of preparing students for some of the top universities in this country. So we're delighted to see that over 40% of you are interested in pursuing a university degree through our intensive academic English program. All right, so right now we started our spring 1 term, and of course it's no shock to anybody, but we are experiencing increases in the coronavirus as a result of the Omicron variant, and as a result, our classes started online for the first 3 weeks. Starting on January 31st, we will continue online, and it is our goal and desire to be starting in person, and it is our goal and desire to continue classes operating in person throughout the remainder of the year. Of course, we can't promise that because the COVID pandemic has proven its challenge to us in terms of managing public health guidelines. But right now, we've got 30 students studying with us, and they will continue in person starting on January 31st. Student safety is prioritized. Student safety as well as faculty and staff. And so when we talk about our modality and you ask us how our class is being offered, our primary concern right now is to ensure that everybody's safe. And so we anticipate that we will have cases of Omicron dropping in a couple of weeks, and we'll be able to go back in person. So that's why the second concern here is to have in-person classes. We do believe that learning English is best conducted in-person modality, and that's what we are striving for. I just want to remind everybody that all students, including faculty and staff, must be fully vaccinated for COVID-19, including booster vaccinations when you are eligible. So those are the 3 primary factors that we follow in determining how our classes are going to be offered. So I just want to stop there for 1 second to see if we have any questions that we can answer before moving on. We will switch to in-person classes starting on January 31st. Thank you, Mr. Carver, for answering some of these classes. Right now, we started online, but we will go back in person on January 31st. We will talk a little bit about how our classes are scheduled, how much they cost, and what the visa requirements are for them shortly. But right now, I'm going to turn it over to Miss Stephanie Gallup, who will talk to you about 3 of our signature intensive English programs. Thank you, Ms. Gallup.
Thank you, Mr. Valentium. So in the English Language Center, we have intensive English programs that are offered in 8-week progressive sessions. This means you can come study with us for 8 weeks, or you can add another 8 weeks for 16, 24, 32, whatever amount of time you need to study and improve your English. In the intensive English program, we offer tracks in language and culture, academic English, and professional English to meet the unique goals that each student has in studying English. All of our intensive English programs are taught with small interactive courses. In your courses, you'll find that we integrate all language skills. This means in one class, you'll study reading, writing, vocabulary, and grammar. In addition, in another class, you'll study listening and speaking in addition to the vocabulary and grammar that you need for those skills. In each daily class, our faculty use engaging topics that are for a variety of fields, since our students come from a variety of backgrounds. In each class, students receive individual writing and speaking feedback, and during class, you have the opportunities to participate in pair and small group discussion. You won't only listen to your professor talk, but in all classes, you'll have an opportunity to practice speaking. Finally, all of our classes also have office hours with faculty and staff. This means that after class, you can meet one-on-one with your professors or with staff to answer your questions and get more feedback on your writing and your speaking. The sample course schedule for the Intensive English program has students starting in the morning, usually with a reading and writing class. Our classes currently start at 9 o'clock in the morning. Then after a 2.5-hour class, during midday, you have a lunch break, opportunity to do independent study, meet in office hours, and attend some workshops. After lunch, afternoon classes begin again at 1 o'clock, and you may take an elective course, which is grammar, or you may take a communication skills course in the afternoon. After this 2.5-hour block, we encourage students to continue their independent study, and we also offer a calendar of activities for social things after classes as well. Now I'm going to talk a little bit about the specific tracks that we have in our program. If you're a student looking to improve your English for personal reasons, or you need to improve the foundation, you haven't studied English for very long, then the Intensive Language and Culture track is for you. You will improve your English language skills while gaining a deeper understanding of U.S. culture and how to communicate in a variety of cultural settings. In this program, we help you build confidence in speaking and short writing. We teach strategies for discussion and email or virtual communication. And we strengthen the foundational English language skills you need for academic and professional settings. This track is ideal for CFER levels A2 to B1, which is a high beginning to intermediate level. Many times, students who complete this track will move on to one of our next tracks. Our next track is the Intensive Academic English track. This is designed for students who need to develop academic skills to successfully transition to academic life at a U.S. college or university. In this program, you will learn how to write an academic essay and a research paper. You'll learn how to give an academic presentation. You'll learn how to take notes with academic reading and lecture listening material. In this program, we offer elective courses on grammar, leadership, and other special topics. We offer workshops and lecture series with experts in the field. And all of these are skills that students will need to be successful in pursuing an undergraduate or graduate degree at a U.S. college or university. For this program, it is required that students have an intermediate level or CFER B1 or higher in order to enroll. Finally, we have the Intensive Professional English track. Since many of you are looking to improve your English for professional reasons, this may be the program for you. In this program, students will refine English skills while understanding more about U.S. professional practices in business and public policy, and also learn critical leadership and networking skills for success. We help students build confidence in professional writing and communication skills. You'll analyze case studies, organizational structures, and practice those professional skills for interviewing, negotiation, debate, and networking. And our topics will focus on leadership, public policy, business, and NGOs. For this program, we require a high intermediate or CFER level B2 or higher in order to enroll. Now I'm going to turn this over to Christina, who will talk more about the admissions process for the intensive English programs.
Thank you, Stephanie. All right, so the dates and deadlines you see here are specific for our intensive English program that my colleague just went over. And as previously mentioned, all of our intensive programs run on 8-week sessions with openings in January, March, May, August, and October. And our next available session to apply for is coming up. It's our Spring 2 session starting in March. The deadline is approaching fast, and if you require F1 visa support, you should submit your application as soon as possible. And now for the tuition and fees. The tuition for one session in one of our intensive English programs is $4,668. If you require F1 visa support and need to apply for the Form I-20, you will need to show sufficient funding per 8-week sessions you wish to enroll. This includes the tuition, the estimated living and personal expenses, health insurance, and books. The total estimated expenses for one 8-week session is $10,068. And then living in the DC area is expensive, but your living and personal expenses may vary depending on your personal habit. So if you plan on living with a family member while you are here, you still need to show the living and personal expenses. This just means you may not spend that total amount. All students are required to obtain the Georgetown University health insurance. So how to apply to one of our intensive English programs. If you wish to apply to the program, you must submit your application online with a copy of your transcript with course grades in English, showing proof of completion of secondary school or of university studies beyond secondary school. And there's a $75 application fee. Once you're admitted to the program, you should accept your enrollment and pay the $200 tuition deposit. Once you pay this tuition deposit fee, it is applied to your tuition once you enroll in the program. All newly admitted students are required to take an online placement test to confirm your English proficiency level prior to the Form I-20 issuance. If you require F1 visa support, I will assist you in applying for this separately once you have been admitted to the program. We will discuss the immigration process later in this presentation. And then save the link you see here to view and submit your online application. Right, now I'm going to hand it back to my colleague Stephanie. Stephanie will speak to you about our summer program, the summer programs we offer, including the American Conversational English program.
Thank you, Christina. So we just shared with you about several 8-week-long programs that we offer all throughout the year. But if you're interested in just a summer experience in Washington, D.C., we hope you'll consider the American Conversational English program. This is 3 weeks in the summer. It has the same faculty as our 8-week programs, giving you dynamic in-person lessons combined with practical field trips to major DC landmarks and venues so you can practice speaking in real settings. In the American Conversational English program, there are small class sizes with an emphasis on conversational American English with vocabulary, grammar, and discussion strategies. You'll experience a variety of interesting topics with instructors with expertise in linguistics and language instruction. If you'd like to apply for the Summer ACE program this year in 2022, our deadline is June 1st. This program starts on July 18th and runs for 3 weeks until August 5th. So the tuition and fees, of course, for this program are a little bit different. The tuition is $1,989 for the 1 3-week session. And then, of course, you will need to show the estimated living and personal expenses, insurance, books, and fees, and this total support needed for I-20, as Christina just explained in the previous slides. If you'd like to apply for this program, please go to this link again so you can find this application to submit. You'll accept your enrollment and take the same online placement test, and then you may apply to receive F1 visa support. Another program that we offer during the summer is a English Skills for Graduate Students course. This course is a boot camp or a very intensive course that is designed for students who are already admitted to a U.S. graduate program in the fall and want to get a head start improving their skills before they begin their fall degree program. In the English Skills for Graduate Students course, you'll read university texts, including journal articles, textbook chapters, and case studies, just like in your university program. You'll participate in classes, group discussions, and team meetings, and deliver oral presentations. In addition, you'll write short reports and summaries with appropriate source referencing style, listen to lectures and discussions while taking effective notes, and critically analyze information from text and audio sources, and make connections across texts to your own culture. These are all skills that are necessary for graduate students, and so if you are admitted already or planning to be admitted into a fall degree program in the United States, we hope you'll consider this option to prepare you before then. The deadline for application to this program is May 1st, begins on June 29th, and lasts for 3 weeks, going until July 20th. The tuition and fees for this program are similar to the previous program, same information as well for living, personal expenses, insurance, books and fees, and total support needed for the I-20. And for this program, you also will apply for the program at this link, accept your enrollment, then you can apply for your immigration documents before you attend the course. So now I'll turn it back to Christina, who can answer more specific questions regarding the immigration process.
Thank you, Stephanie. So all of our English programs we have discussed in this presentation require students to enroll full-time. International students who require visa support to enter the U.S. to study in a full-time program must apply for the Form I-20 from the school. The Form I-20 is required to apply for the F1 visa, and the Form I-20 application process is separate from your admission to the program. So once you have been admitted to the program and you have accepted your enrollment, you will receive an email with step-by-step instructions on how to apply for the Form I-20. To apply for the Form I-20, you must submit sufficient financial documentation, a copy of your passport information page, and the EOC applicant information form. Once all documents have been reviewed and accepted, the Form I-20 is typically issued within 3 to 5 days after taking the mandatory online placement test. The Form I-20 is required to apply and interview for an F1 visa at a U.S. embassy or consulate. And then once you travel to the U.S., you will need to show both your Form I-20, your F1 visa, along with your passport when entering the U.S. If you have any specific questions regarding your immigration application or the process, please feel free to email us. And you should apply for your Form I-20 as early as possible to avoid visa processing delays. And then due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I'm sure this is no surprise, there have been closures and long delays at the U.S. embassies. Again, you should apply as early as possible to avoid visa processing delays. And you can check this site here for the estimated visa wait times at the closest U.S. embassy or consulate that you would apply for at. Right. And again, we welcome all of your questions. Please type your questions in the chat box. And if you don't have any questions now, please feel free to write down our contact information. You can contact us by phone, WhatsApp, or email. We hope you will follow us on social media to learn more about our programs and all the exciting events all of our students participate in. And thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you very much, guys. We do have a couple of questions here. So the first one is if the classes will be in person. I know you already talked about it, but just if some students.
So right now we are accepting applications for our spring 2 term, and we do anticipate that classes starting in spring 2 will be in person.
Perfect, thank you very much. Nos comentan, chicos, que están aceptando solicitudes y que las clases presenciales se reanudarán el 31 de enero. Entonces, para los programas que apliquen en estos días, sí serán presenciales. Thank you very much, Maricel. Now here, Maria, if I'm planning to apply to a master or PhD, can I take a course before enrolling to Georgetown?
Yes, so a lot of students who come to our program are already applying or planning to apply to these sorts of programs in Washington, D.C. So we encourage you to apply to our program in advance. We aren't connected to those degree programs, but many students in our programs are planning to do just this. So we definitely encourage you to apply.
Thank you, Stephanie. Now, we have another question here in the chat that says, if the exam or the test that they take is yours, or do they have to show you an English proficiency test from another source?
As soon as you submit your application to our programs, we'll send you more details about the online placement test. This test is through our program. You can share a TOEFL or IELTS or other score with us if you want to as part of your application, but we do require all students to take an online program placement test that we deliver.
Thank you very much. I'm going to translate that one. Chicos, para los programas de inglés, una vez que ustedes aplican, les harán llegar una liga donde estará el examen de inglés por parte de Georgetown, y entonces ahí ellos ya podrán ver su nivel de inglés. También pueden mandar, si tienen algún otro examen que ya hayan tomado, lo pueden mandar, pero es obligatorio que tomen el examen que les van a compartir. Thank you very much, Stephanie.
Rodrigo was asking whether there's becas or scholarships, y lamento que no hay becas en el English Language Center.
Thank you, Regan. Ustedes, I'm sorry. Do you help with the visa process?
So we cannot help with the actual visa process at the U.S. Embassy, but we give you steps. Once you apply for your I-20 and you receive your I-20, we do give you steps on that you need. I can't speak. We do give you your next steps with applying, but we cannot help with the actual application process at the U.S. Embassy.
Perfect. Thank you.
Right. So I guess, I'm sorry, Carl, I just want to make a quick explanation about that. So for those students who are seeking a visa to study in the United States, you must first apply to a program like ours at the English Language Center. Once you are accepted, then we will follow up with you with the required documentation that you need to get something called a Form I-20. You then take that Form I-20 and schedule a visa interview with the closest U.S. embassy or consulate in your country. And you have to pay those visa fees separately to the U.S. government. But yes, in order to get a visa, you must first apply to the program, and then we will support you with the Form I-20 that you need.
Perfect. Thank you, Marisa. I'm going to translate this as well. Chicos, para la visa, primero tienen que aplicar a un programa. Y ya que hayan sido aceptados en el programa, Georgetown les va a facilitar la forma I-20, que la van a utilizar en su proceso de la visa. La visa la tienen que tramitar directamente con el consulado de Estados Unidos en su país y hacer la cita ustedes mismos, pero ellos les proporcionan la forma I-20, que es la que les van a pedir para darles sus visas de estudiantes. Thank you very much. As here someone was asking, let me see if I find them. We have a lot of questions, so I get a little bit lost. But someone was asking if you had any part-time English courses.
We do offer part-time English courses to those students who are permanent residents or US citizens. What that means is the United States does not allow you to study part-time if you are not a United States citizen or permanent resident of the United States. Some people come on different types of visas, but part-time study at an institution for English, you must have a student visa if you are a resident of another country.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Here, Angela is asking if I have a basic English level, can I apply?
Yes, you of course can apply. And when you take the online placement test, then we can let you know which programs we have available for you.
Thank you, Stephanie. Sí, Ángela, sí puedes aplicar aún teniendo un nivel básico de inglés. Una vez que tú hagas el examen que ellos te van a mandar, te van a compartir los cursos que tienen disponibles para tu nivel de inglés. Thank you very much, guys. Here, Maya is asking that with the in-person programs, how is like the stay? Do you have like homestay, or do you have something else?
We have resources for a variety of different housing options in the area. There are homestay providers in the DC area. If you go to our website under resources for students, we have a comprehensive housing guide that will show you links to different homestay providers. Of course, questions you want to ask, of course, are around, location to the school and things of that nature. We also have information about private rental apartments in the DC area as well. Students who join our program at the beginning of the academic term, which would be either in January or August, there is some limited housing available on the main campus.
Awesome. Perfect. Thank you very much, Marcel. Okay. So here David is asking if he can do like the short course with a tourist visa.
So no, all of our programs require students to enroll full-time, which is why you would need to apply for the Form I-20 and then the F-1 visa. A tourist visa has restrictions on it, and one of the restrictions is that you cannot enroll full-time in a program.
Thank you, Cristina. David, en este caso, como son programas de tiempo completo, se requiere una visa de estudiante. No se pueden tomar programas a tiempo completo en Estados Unidos a menos que tengas la visa, porque la visa de turista tiene algunas restricciones al respecto. Thank you very much. Okay, this is happening in Mexico too, so I think that some of them will be very interested in that. The embassies, the U.S. embassies around, at least in Latin America, they are giving spots until like very late in the year and even earlier on 2023. Is it different for the student visa, or is it the same? Does it take that long to get an appointment right now?
So, very nice. So visa embassies across the world they have these long delays. They are adding appointments, and this is only what I hear from students. They're adding appointments here and there. Like 1 week, you could have a couple appointments open up. So what we advise students is once you receive your I-20, and you should apply for your I-20 as early as possible. And then when you're applying for your visa, make the appointment as soon as you can, but you can also request an emergency appointment. Emergency appointment requests are provided when students already have an appointment. So you just inform them that, hey, my program starts on this date. and then they should be able to get you in sooner. If you're not able to have your visa appointment before your program start date, you can easily defer your admission and your Form I-20 to the following session if you prefer.
Thank you very much. I'm going to translate that one. Chicos, en el caso de, todos sabemos que últimamente con toda esta situación de la pandemia, las visas en los consulados se han retrasado mucho. No sé en sus países, pero por lo menos por lo que veo aquí, Colombia y México, sí. Lo que pueden hacer, primero que nada, es intentar hacer las cosas lo más rápido posible para tener más tiempo para sacar sus citas. También pueden sacar citas de emergencia y esas se las dan mucho más rápido. Y en caso de que no les sea posible encontrar una visa antes del inicio de su programa, pueden postergar la fecha de inicio de su programa sin ningún problema a la siguiente fecha disponible para que tengan más tiempo de arreglar todo el tema de sus visas. Thank you very much. Here in the chat, I saw a question that I don't find it anymore, but I remember it because someone was asking if you have any teaching, like programs for teaching English.
Yes, we do. We have a Teaching English as a Foreign Language Certificate program. If you just give me one moment, I will drop that program link into the chat box. We do require that applications for this program, that participants must have a very strong level of English, and they can take this program online in what we call a hybrid format, and then they can come to Washington, D.C. to do a week-long teaching practicum. I just put the link into, I'm sorry, I put it in the chat box to our TEFL certificate program. I also want to let everybody know that I also put a link there into the State Department's visa wait times. So if you click on that link and scroll down, if you put in your city or country, you can find the current wait times in order to get a visa. We have found that some people travel to a different city if they're able, because some cities have lower wait times than others.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Thank you very much, Marcel. And I found who was asking that. It was Loida. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your name right. I'm so sorry. But there you have the link to the program that you're interested in. Guys, please keep posting your questions. Okay, so
there's one, pueden aplicar personas casadas de todas las edades o solo solteras. Sí, I just see that Stephanie answered it. Sí, solo tienen que tener más de 18 años y pueden venir con sus parientes y sus hijos también.
Perfecto. Muchas gracias, Regan. Someone here is asking if we could go through the application process so they can know like the step-by-step.
For the application process to the program or for the Form I-20? For the
no,
program?
to the program.
So for our program, you have to submit our online application. All of our applications are online. You have to submit a copy of your either proof of high school graduation or studies beyond secondary school. So if you've studied in a university, you don't have to have graduated from your university, but you can submit your most recent transcript. And then there is a $75 application fee for the intensive English programs. And then the American Conversational English program and the English Skills for Graduate Students have a different application fee. And then once you've submitted all your documents, we will review them, and you should have a decision normally within a week. I try to make the decision sooner, but let's give me a week. And then once you've been admitted to the program, you receive detailed information about the next upcoming placement tests. All placement tests are scheduled, so we have certain dates for them. Students will take that placement test, and as long as they successfully place in at least our lowest level offered, they will begin their application process for the Form I-20. And then I can go into that too if you'd like.
Perfect. Thank you very much, Christina. Enrique here is asking if we can share the link to apply with him. So if you have there the link to the website, that will be super helpful.
Yes, we can drop the link.
Thank you very much. I'm seeing here, Marcel already answered, but just so everyone knows, Luis is asking, like, for example, in Venezuela, they don't have an American embassy because of the political situation there. So he was asking if he can go to the U.S. embassy in Colombia, and I believe that is possible, right, Marcel?
Yes, it is possible if you have the resources to travel to another country and to attend a visa interview in another country, you are able to do that. If you could follow the link that I sent to everybody, I'll put it again one more time, but it's travel.state.gov. I will put this link again in the chat box for you, and there you can find out all the information about the student visas, and you can go to apply for that there. But you do need your Form I-20 first before you apply for your visa.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Enrique here is also asking, he says, hi, I'm from Panama. That's so cool. I need to translate, do I need to translate my diploma, my university diploma to English?
So yes, you do need to submit a translated diploma or most recent transcript. You can submit your current diploma or transcript in your native language. So if it's in Spanish, you can submit that. If we have any questions, we'll reach out to require the English translation. But so yes and no. Yes, you do. But if we have any questions, I'll require you to submit the English translated version.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Here is also about the housing. As they already shared with us in the website, you can find more information about that. Most students stay in homestays, or you can also choose a private apartment. That is totally up to you. Do you see any more questions, guys, that you would like to answer here? Oh, yes. Do you offer any online programs?
We do not currently offer any online programs for English language study. The only online program that we have is our Teaching English as a Foreign Language program, which is for students of advanced English, and they're seeking to get a certificate. We are currently in a online mode for a couple of weeks due to Omicron, but we do plan to return in person.
Perfect. Thank you very much. I see here a few questions about the tuition fees. So we just run super fast through the tuition fees again, please? Thank you.
All right, so the screen, I don't know if they can still see the presentation.
Yes.
There we go. So the tuition for 1 8-week set, and this is for our intensive English programs. This is for that intensive language and culture, intensive academic, and the intensive professional tracks. All of them run on 8-week sessions. And so for 1 8-week session, the tuition is $4,668. And then for students requiring F1 visa support, you will need to show a total of just over $10,000 when applying for the I-20.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
I would like to make one clarification about the living and personal expenses for people that may have questions about that. we estimate that you would need to have about $5,000 in order to be living comfortable in the area. This is what the university requires you to show in your personal bank account. However, it does not mean that you will spend all of that money. Some people are able to find accommodations that are affordable for them, such as homestays, and they live and eat in a way that, $5,000 might seem a lot. So this is what is estimated to have a comfortable life in Washington for 8 weeks. But it doesn't mean that you would need to spend all that money if you are able to find more affordable ways of living. I know that can be confusing for people, but I think that could be helpful for people who are trying to determine their financial situation.
Yes, totally. Thank you, Marcel. And also in Washington, D.C., there are a lot of free museums and activities to do. So it is really, really cool. You can totally take advantage of that. It's an awesome city. I love it very, very much. And yeah, that's great. Perfect. So I guess we have reached the end of the live session. Now, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I don't know if our presenters have any final message to share with the students.
Well, just thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, please feel free to contact us. I put the contact information up there again. So we have our social media, you can reach out. But if you have questions about applying or about the program, by telephone, WhatsApp, or by email.
Yeah, I encourage all of you to please follow us on Instagram or Facebook. This will really give you some insight into the life and culture of our program, and also to see the variety of activities that we schedule and organize for our students throughout the term. And of course, you can send us a direct message from within Instagram or Facebook as well. And for those of you who also would like to learn a little bit more about our program, our stories, we also have a blog, BLOG. And let me just get you the link to that really quickly. Apologize again. Oh my God, where is our blog? Where is our blog? How do I get to our blog? Okay, I can't find that right now, but if you send us an email, we will drop that link to you. Okay, Mr. Carver, looks like you're, okay, so Regan just dropped the link to our blog. It's elc.georgetown.domains. And we have some wonderful stories there about our students and faculty and our program in general.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Perfect. So I will put again the contact information like full screen so you guys can take a screenshot or to take a picture from your phones, whatever works best for you, but for you to save it. And just for everyone to know, we will upload this to our YouTube channel so you can check it later on. If you have any questions or doubts, you also have the contact information, and you also have the email that Regan just shared with us on the chat. So I guess that's it. Thank you very much, Regan, Stephanie, Marcel, and Christina, for being with us today and sharing this very helpful information. Y gracias a todos ustedes por acompañarnos, por regalarnos un ratito de sus tardes. Espero que hayan encontrado esta sesión muy informativa y que les ayude a sus planes de mejorar su inglés. Creo que es algo muy necesario en estos tiempos y si tienen oportunidad, pues no se van a arrepentir. Muchísimas gracias a todos. Thank you, everyone, and see you next time.